I now have the privilege of introducing our commencement speaker today, Mr. Michael Calbert. Mike earned a bachelor's degree in business at SFA in 1984 with a concentration in accounting and later received an MBA from the University of Houston. Shortly after graduating from SFA, Mike accepted a position with Arthur Andersen Worldwide in Houston, one of the big 5 accounting companies in the country. This was the start of a very successful career working with some of the nation's largest retailers such as H-E-B and Randall's. In 2000, Mike joined the US-based private equity firm Kohlberg, Kravis, Roberts and Company, or KKR, where he played an integral role in the acquisition of Dollar General. At that time, Dollar General had 8,600 stores, 71,000 employees, and an enterprise value of $7.2 billion. Mike retired as a senior partner with KKR in 2014, and his professional legacy is nothing short of remarkable. Today, Dollar General has 16,400 stores, 144,000 employees, and an enterprise value of $43 billion. Mike continues to serve as chairman of the board of Dollar General while also serving on numerous other corporate boards. Mike's mantra is, regardless of where you are from, if you start with the belief that you can do anything, you're willing to put in the time and do the work, and you push to be intellectually curious about everything, you can be successful at whatever you do. This mindset has helped Mike excel in every venture he has pursued. His passion for helping ordinary people do extraordinary things proves Mike's integrity has always been the driving force behind his achievements. Mike is not only a distinguished alum of SFA, he is a friend to this university. He was featured panelist in the SFA Inaugural Leadership Summit in 2016 and has been a guest speaker for several classes in the Nelson Rushi College of Business. He has shared his talents and vast knowledge of the corporate sector, as well as his resources through his support of student scholarships and capital projects and initiatives. On behalf of our graduates of Stephen F. Austin State University, I want to introduce Mr. Michael Calbert.
Good afternoon. President Gordon, Provost Bullard, faculty, staff, parents, families, and guests, and most importantly, Stephen F. Austin Class of 2020 graduates. It is truly an honor to be with you virtually today to celebrate your graduation. Before I get started, let me first express my hope that you and your families are healthy and safe during this unprecedented COVID-19 crisis. To those who are suffering, have lost loved ones, or are caring for someone who is suffering, my thoughts and prayers go out to you. I am coming to you from my home in Austin on April the 16th. I hope by the time you watch this, conditions have improved. Also, if you are one of our country's first responders on the front line, thank you. You are truly a hero. Now to the class of 2020, you made it. Congratulations. Nothing about the current crisis takes away from the accomplishment of reaching your graduation. I would also like to congratulate the families and friends of the graduates and the faculty and staff here at SFA. As we all know, nobody achieves success alone. We all need help along our journey. As you heard, I'm a fellow SFA graduate, December 1984, 35 years ago. Like many of you, I grew up in East Texas, Tyler and Longview. I graduated from Pine Tree High School 40 years ago this spring. I wanted to be a professional drummer in a rock band. Fortunately, I had a brother at SFA who probably knew I would never make it as a musician, and instead encouraged me to follow him to Nacogdoches. At the time, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. It wasn't until I took my first accounting class in 1981 that I found my true passion for business. Over the last 36 years, I have truly been blessed with a full and enjoyable career doing what I love to do, working with great people to build great companies. I am so humbled when I return to this university and realize how impactful my time in Nacogdoches has been to both my professional and my personal life. SFA played a big role in launching my professional career. And here I am, most likely the first and hopefully the last virtual commencement speaker in the history of SFA. My message for you today is a message of hope during these uncertain times. Hope based on what I have observed in this country during multiple crises, whether the attack on our country on 9/11, the devastation caused by Hurricane Katrina, or the current COVID-19 crisis. One thing we Americans prove time and time again is that when times get tough, we always rise to the occasion. I would like to share with you 3 things I have observed over the last couple of months that give me great hope for our future. First, Americans stepping forward to care and serve for others selflessly. Second, a country with clarity of purpose. And third, a very high degree of perseverance. Let's start with serving others. I'm amazed when I hear or read the stories of our frontline healthcare workers fighting the COVID-19 virus. They are real life heroes. What makes them show up day after day, death after death, 12, 15, 18-hour days? Their calling and passion to serve others in need is truly amazing. I recently read a story about 2 friends from Atlanta. Letha Love, 48 years old, a nurse manager serving cancer patients at Emory University. Last week, when a friend told her that healthcare workers from Atlanta were going to New York to fight the virus, she signed up for a 6-week rotation. Letha has a 4-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son staying with relatives back in Georgia. Letha's friend, Trina Sutherland, a registered nurse with 3 children, also heard the call and headed to New York. Trina said she feels like a soldier in combat. Sometimes she wants to give up. Sometimes she wants to cry. Trina told her 16-year-old daughter, "This is the highlight of my nursing career." There are thousands of these stories of true heroism. I'm sure you know stories of your own. Maybe you are one of those stories. In times of crisis, people want to help people in need. I think that is a basic human instinct that sometimes gets lost in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Why do we have to wait for a crisis to serve others? What would happen if we put serving others ahead of serving ourselves? This service to others resonates with me. I've always admired companies with a meaningful mission other than just making money. For over 80 years, the mission at Dollar General has been to serve others. So simple, but yet so powerful. It gives our 145,000 employees clarity of purpose as they get up and go to work every day. Here's what I believe. You want to be successful in your chosen career? Set out every day to serve others in whatever way you can and see how easy it is to succeed. If you want to find a good place to work, find a company and a boss that truly believe in servant leadership, working every day to make you successful. There is nothing more satisfying as a boss than helping ordinary people do extraordinary things. You want good leaders in this country? Vote for candidates that are running to serve others, not themselves. It is called public service for a reason. What if your generation was the generation of serving others? Let's talk about clarity of purpose. Think back to the news feed before COVID-19. It was some sensationalized, divisive combination of issues like impeachment, Democratic candidates' platforms, Brexit, stock market hitting new highs, complete noise. Where did all that noise go? Today, our country is laser focused on the singular purpose of beating the virus. We are putting all our resources behind this purpose. Recent examples include arch rivals Apple and Google teaming up to develop COVID-19 tracking technology. Ford, General Motors, 3M, and General Electric all working together to manufacture ventilators and masks that are in critical shortage. Apparel companies like the Gap, Zara, Brooks Brothers, and New Balance retooling manufacturing plants to produce masks, gowns, and other personal protective equipment. I could go on with more examples of people and companies putting everything else aside to focus on beating the virus. What if we had that level of clarity of purpose in our own lives? Combine clarity of purpose and the passion of serving others. Now that is powerful. Think about what we could accomplish and how satisfying that would be. And lastly, perseverance. So you're graduating at a very uncertain time, I understand. Some of you have already secured a job and some haven't. Either way, you're probably asking the same questions. And now what? Where do we go from here? Well, I don't know the specific journey that got you to this graduation day. I suspect it was through some combination of determination, sacrifice, and hard work. Maybe you had to work one or multiple jobs to put yourself through school. Maybe you're raising a family while trying to do homework and study. My guess is perseverance played a major role in getting you to this day. Well, I'm glad you've had a lot of practice in perseverance, because that is exactly what will get our country, our communities, and our families out of this crisis. There is no silver bullet and no shortcuts. In time, businesses, churches, and schools will open. Employers will start hiring. Our government will do everything humanly possible to get this country back on track. It will take time, but it will happen. Our job is to get up and get going. Pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and keep moving through the pain, sadness, and uncertainty one day at a time. Perseverance has been on full display during this crisis in inspiring ways, and that is exactly what will get us through this. In the words of the American author, Theodore Seuss Geisley, who used the pen name Dr. Seuss, when something bad happens, you have three choices. You can either let it define you, let it destroy you, or you can let it strengthen you. My wish for you in closing is that you accept the challenge to build a life of serving others. In so doing, you find clarity of purpose that you pursue with laser-focused energy. And when life throws setbacks your way, you persevere, coming out the other side smarter, stronger, and more resilient than ever. Thank you so much for the honor of chatting with you today. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2020.